It's on.
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Even now?
You should.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the court's virtual swearing-in ceremony. Please keep your audio muted throughout the ceremony. If you wish to follow the speaker, you may want to set your view to speaker view. Mr. Julio Castillo, Clerk of the Court of Appeals, will offer opening remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Dade. Good afternoon and welcome to this virtual swearing-in ceremony. I will be administering the oath today. When I administer the oath, I would say use the word swear. If you object to that, you can use the word affirm in its place. Also, when you repeat the oath, please stay muted. I'm sorry that this is not in person, because then if it was in person, you would have an opportunity to see the historic courthouse, which is one of the 4 oldest buildings in the District of Columbia and has a lot of history. So after the pandemic, and we're going to open the courthouse to the public after the pandemic, if you want to come, at the beginning of the year to visit, we welcome you. Thank you so much. And I turn it back to you, Mr. Dade.
Thank you, Mr. Castillo. The courtroom clerk will now open the courtroom.
All persons having business before the Honorable Associate Judge now presiding over the District of Columbia Court of Appeals, draw near and give your attention. God save the United States and this honorable court. This honorable court is now in session. Please come to order.
Thank you. The Honorable Judge Easterly will offer introductory remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Dade. Good afternoon to all. My name is Catherine Easterly. I'm an associate judge on the District of Columbia Court of Appeals. And on behalf of my chief judge, Anna Blackburn Rigsby, and all of my colleagues on the court, I am pleased to welcome you, the new members of the bar, as well as your friends and family who might be watching. Generally, when I come to court to hear cases, it's a serious and often sobering affair. But these swearing-in ceremonies are joyful occasions. And I can happily inform you that by the time we finish here today, you will all be prevailing parties. Just a word about my court for those of you who may not know very much about us or what role we play. As Mr. Castillo mentioned, we're located in the renovated historic courthouse, which is just north of the National Mall. And our building was built in 1820. But the Court of Appeals is a relatively new court. We were founded by Congress in 1970, and we were created to hear all of the appeals from the District of Columbia's trial court, the Superior Court of the District of Columbia, as well as appeals from the district's agencies. So we're a federal court, but we function very much as a state Supreme Court. We also created the District of Columbia Bar. It's our job to oversee DC bar members, and it's our job to rule on motions for admissions to the bar. Today, the motion for admission to the bar will be made on your behalf by Ms. Aaliyah Welsh, who is a staff attorney for the Committee on Admissions. Ms. Welsh.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Your Honor. In the matter of the admission to the bar of the District of Columbia Court of Appeals, I make the following motion. On behalf of the Committee on Admissions of the District of Columbia Court of Appeals, I, Aaliyah Welch, Esquire, move the admission to the bar of this court the applicants whose names appear on the attached list and who have satisfied the requirements for admission to the bar of this court. On behalf of the Committee on Admissions, I certify to the court that these applicants possess the necessary qualifications for admission to the bar. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Welsh. I received and reviewed the motion for your admission before today's ceremony. And I know that the Committee on Admissions has devoted a great deal of time to your applications and would not put your name on the list if anything were amiss. So I am pleased on behalf of the court to grant the motion to admit the candidates listed as members of the DC Bar. I will now recognize Mr. Castillo, the clerk of our court, and ask him to administer the oath.
Thank you, Judge Easterly. Please raise your right hand. Again, when you repeat the oath, please stay muted because that's the way it would flow much smoother. I state your name, do solemnly swear that as a member of the bar of this court, I will demean myself uprightly and according to law. and that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America. You may lower your right hand, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Castillo. The Honorable Judge Easterly will give judicial remarks.
Congratulations. It is the tradition at these swearing-in ceremonies for the presiding judge to make a few remarks. I promise not to talk for too long, but there are a few things that I would like to say today. They cluster around a theme of relationships and community. You've gotten to where you are today by dint of hard work. 3 years of law school, taking the bar, perhaps also practicing in another jurisdiction. That you are here today is an achievement of which you should be rightly proud, but almost certainly you did not do it alone. Who are the people who supported you along the way? Perhaps they're with you now, perhaps they are watching online. Take the time to thank them. And as you pursue your legal career, make time for these essential people. Your work will be important. You will want to fulfill your professional responsibilities thoughtfully and diligently. But there's no doubt that overwork is unhealthy and ultimately counterproductive. Commit now, early in your career, to strive for work-life balance and encourage others to do so as you rise the supervisory ladder. As a mother of two with a spouse who works full-time, I'm well aware that this is easier said than done. You might miss the mark on one side of the ledger or the other. Be kind to yourself about this too. You are not striving for work-life perfection. You are striving for work-life balance between filling your career aspirations and spending time with the people that you love. On the subject of work, here too, it is all about relationships. In my view, the key to the successful practice of law is collaboration. Hopefully you learned this in law school through your clinics and your journals and your moot court teams and your study groups. With no offense to the many superb law professors I had, the most valuable part of my education in law school was spending time with the wonderful friends that I made there. I've been fortunate to have more jobs that I loved than jobs that I did not. And I loved those jobs because of the people that I worked with. My colleagues, my clients, sometimes my adversaries. In my current position, in which I am honored to occupy, I most treasure the relationships that I've forged with court staff, my law clerks, and my colleagues on the bench. You may feel that there is a dream job out there for you. I suspect that there's more than one. But whatever that job is, I assure you that who you work with is more important than your title or your salary. In your interactions with people within or outside your workplace, remember that playground rules apply. As I tell my two daughters, you do not have to tell everyone everything that you think. How you say things matters immensely. Courtesy goes a long way. Always reread that email or text before you press send. The amazing thing is that people can hear you better when you have not put them on the defensive. Respectful dialogue promotes understanding, and respectful disagreement, more often than not, will improve work product and outcomes. Beyond your work day to day, by joining the bar, you occupy a special place in our community. Being a lawyer is not just a job, it's a profession and a privilege. You are now an officer of the court, and that's not just lofty language. Under our rules, you now have, among other things, a duty to zealously advocate for your clients. You have a duty of candor to the court. You have an obligation to make sure that anything that you file in court is well-grounded in fact and in law. One of this court's much less happy tasks is to hear bar discipline cases in which we may reprimand, suspend, or even disbar attorneys who have been dishonest or neglected client matters or mishandled client funds, sometimes because of untreated mental health problems or because of substance abuse. Suffice it to say that a disciplinary proceeding is a shattering experience for any lawyer, but they are necessary. This court takes seriously its responsibility to protect clients and the public by holding lawyers to the high standards that are embodied in our rules of professional conduct. My hope is that all of you will be diligent and honest and attentive to the rules of professional conduct, and that you will take care of your mental and physical health as you commence or continue your practice, so that you can avoid the problems that often trigger the disciplinary process. As you move through your career, please remember that help is available when you need it. If you cannot turn to friends or colleagues, the bar offers a lawyer assistance program, as well as practice management advisory services. The bar's legal ethics counsel is just a phone call away. And if you sense that one of your colleagues is struggling, please reach out to them and remind them of the resources that are at their disposal. Your membership to the bar also obligates you to give back to the community by donating your time or money to pro bono service. The residents of the District of Columbia need your help. We have the highest number of lawyers per capita, but we still have people going to court every day who are in danger of losing their homes, their livelihoods, their children, their liberty, and they cannot afford a lawyer. We have people who are looking for a business license or need a contract drafted or a will or need immigration assistance, and they cannot afford a lawyer. We have people filing appeals in my court who are forced to file pro se briefs because they cannot afford to hire a lawyer. I hope you will take some time to think about how you can best be of service. And if you decide to take on a project in an area of law that is new to you, there are programs that are offered by the bar to help you and teach you how to do that so that your pro bono work will be as good as the work that you bill as it should be. Whatever your skill set, your talents can be put to good use and will strengthen and elevate our community. Only bar members are allowed to give legal advice and represent others in court. So in a very real sense, you are the gatekeepers to a fair and just legal system. By joining the bar, you assume responsibility to ensure that the system is open to all. And by making sure that it's open to all, you have the capacity to promote respect for law and trust in our institutions. Thank you very much for your attention. Once again, on behalf of the District of Columbia Court of Appeals, congratulations to you all. I wish you the best in your practice here.
This court is now adjourned.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right,
Congratulations.
thank you. Y'all see me? I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm talking, do y'all see me?
We see you. Congratulations.
You see,
Okay, I want to say stuff, so. I'm just, We can't hear you.